Having Jupiter in Virgo in the first house typically means someone is naturally analytical and practical. These individuals tend to possess a strong desire for knowledge and understanding. With the ability to see small details, they can be perfectionists and sometimes overly critical. They are patient, reliable, and willing to put in the work to achieve their goals. Their relationships often reflect their responsible and diligent nature. They may seek a partner who values order and hard work as they do. However, they could struggle with being too critical or demanding. High standards might present challenges in relationships if not managed. Career-wise, these individuals might find success in professions that require analytical and detail-oriented skills, such as research, finance, or healthcare. They could also thrive in roles where they can employ their problem-solving abilities and serve others. Strengths associated with this placement include a practical mindset, analytical skills, and an innate ability to help and serve others. These individuals are generally hardworking and modest, which brings reliability and trust into their personal and professional relationships. However, the challenge here is to avoid becoming overly critical or getting lost in minor details. They need to learn to see the bigger picture and not let perfectionism hinder progress. Personal growth often involves finding balance between detail orientation and overall perspective, as well as cultivating acceptance and understanding to counterbalance their critique-oriented nature. Such a balance can lead to personal fulfillment and success in relationships and careers alike. Having Jupiter in Virgo in the second house signifies a person who is committed, logical, and hardworking. Practicality in decision-making is a strong trait. These individuals typically seek perfection and meticulousness in everything they do, creating solutions with their keen sense of observation and analysis. In relationships, they are caring and supportive. They tend to show their love through acts of service and enjoy providing for their partners. However, they could struggle with expressing emotions effectively and might lean towards being overly critical. Career-wise, their diligences, attention to detail, and planning abilities make them well-suited to roles in business, finance, health, or service industries. They could also excel in careers that require analytical skills or problem-solving. Their strengths lie in their reliability and sense of duty. They can be counted on to fulfill their responsibilities. Their tendency to worry excessively could be a challenge, leading to stress and overwork. They may also face difficulties in accepting imperfections, either in themselves or others. Personal growth lessons for this placement might involve learning to let go of control, embrace spontaneity, or express emotions more naturally. They might also need to learn to be less critical and more forgiving of human errors. In the end, they have the ability to bring great wealth and security both to themselves and to those they take care of. They gain the most when they can balance their practical approach with compassion and acceptance for imperfections. Jupiter in Virgo in the third house represents a marrying of analytical precision with expansive knowledge. Individuals with this placement possess a keen eye for detail. They excel at breaking down complex concepts into manageable pieces, sharing them simply and effectively. They're often seen as deep thinkers and skilled communicators. When it comes to relationships, they typically look for intellectual stimulation. Strong lovers of meaningful conversation, they cherish partners who can match their intellectual curiosity. However, their need for perfection can sometimes present challenges, making them critical or dismissive of those who don't meet their high standards. Professionally, Careers that suit such individuals often revolve around communication, education, research, or data analysis. Their ability to make sense of intricate details can bring success in fields like journalism, teaching, or science. Jupiter in Virgo in the third house also comes with specific strengths and weaknesses. Their key strengths include exceptional analytical skills, communication ability, and intellect. They are quick learners, relentless seekers of truth, and have a unique ability to think outside the box. The area they might need to work on is their tendency to overanalyze or nitpick things. Overall, the personal growth lessons for individuals with this placement revolve around embracing imperfection. They can enrich their life by learning to balance their natural analytical skills with an appreciation for life's ambiguities, cultivating patience, and understanding that perfection is subjective and not always attainable. Jupiter in Virgo in the fourth house signifies a deeply analytical and practical personality. They have a strong sense of duty and commitment to their family. They feel the need to create a safe and organized environment at home. They strive for perfection in every aspect of their personal life and are often excellent problem solvers. Their relationships are often characterized by their kind intentions and service-oriented nature. This, however, can lead them to take on too much responsibility. Occasionally, they struggle in relationships because of their extreme attention to detail and criticism. Balance between helping others and self-care is vital. Career-wise, they can excel in fields that require organization, analysis, and practicality. Jobs related to health, service, and home improvement can suit them. They perform best in roles where they can use their skills to benefit others and make improvements. The strengths of Jupiter in Virgo in the fourth house include loyalty, analytical skills, perfectionism, and a sense of duty. They're usually very dependable. However, their tendency to be self-critical and overly concerned with details can be a challenge. They might experience stress or disappointment if things don't go as planned. Their personal growth involves learning to accept things as they are without always seeking perfection. They must trust that everything doesn't have to be flawless to be good. Embracing this truth can promote a more relaxed and balanced life. Challenges may arise, but with time, they can strengthen their inner peace and happiness. Having Jupiter in Virgo in the fifth house suggests a person who is practical, detail-oriented, and enjoys creativity. They likely find joy in organized settings. They might have a knack for turning chaos into order, making them good at systematic planning and problem-solving. In relationships, this individual tends to be analytical, sometimes overly critical. They likely value intelligence and efficiency in their partners. They might struggle to go with the flow, preferring to have a plan for everything. Despite this, they are often helpers in their relationships, ready to provide advice or solve problems for their partners. Career-wise, this placement could favor fields where detail-oriented planning and creativity meet. This includes roles in project management, event planning, or any career that involves organizing complex systems, analyzing trends, and problem-solving. The strengths of this placement include being systematic, practical, and analytical. They succeed in environments that reward critical thinking and detailed planning. Their challenges could include being overly critical, not only to others but also to themselves. They might also struggle to let loose and enjoy life without a plan. The lessons for personal growth include learning to be more flexible and less critical. They might need to learn to appreciate the beauty in chaos. They would also benefit from balancing their logical side with their emotional side, allowing themselves to be moved by their feelings as much as their practicality. Having Jupiter in Virgo in the 6th house means you are likely a detail-oriented individual who derives joy and fulfillment from your work, particularly from improving systems and offering service to others. You may be a deep critical thinker with a knack for solving problems, placed in you by your need to make the world more efficient or better in some way. In terms of relationships, you are most likely a dependable, supportive partner. You believe in helping others, are typically reliable, and usually prefer routine and stability over jet-setting unpredictability. This trait also makes you a trusted friend, valued for your practical advice and willingness to lend a helping hand. However, the desire for perfection can lead to high expectations that may strain your relationships. Career-wise, professions centered on service, such as healthcare, teaching, or counseling, can fit you well. You also do well in jobs requiring efficiency, meticulousness, and practical problem-solving, like research or analytics. Your organizational skills and systematic approach can make you successful in any career with a clear structure. In strengths, you excel at planning, solving problems, and attending to details. With your resilience and discipline, you can handle life's difficulties in a practical, ground-to-earth manner. However, being overly critical or perfectionistic can become a challenge. You may tend to worry about the smallest flaws, creating unnecessary stress. Your personal growth involves learning how to balance your need for perfection with compassion for yourself and others. Recognizing the value in good enough may not always be easy for you, but it's a crucial aspect of your growth journey. Developing this understanding can reduce stress and improve relationships while keeping your inherent. A person with Jupiter in Virgo in the 7th house typically shows a strong sense of responsibility, helpfulness, and keen attention to detail. These traits may make individuals particularly insightful, with a deep understanding of situations and people. They most likely value practical solutions and is drawn to serve others. Their relationships often trade around trust, mutual assistance, and pragmatic actions. They prefer partners who can share their vast interests, respect their need for order, and also push them to loosen up occasionally. The ability to communicate is key since this person is likely to enjoy deep, analytical conversations. In terms of career, they could excel in fields like research, management, healthcare, or service industries, where they can use their meticulousness, problem-solving capacity, and desire to help others. Their major strength is their ability to analyze competently and solve complex problems, making them reliable and dependable. They also possess a unique ability to transform their vision into tangible results. However, their over-attention to detail can sometimes lead to perfectionism, making them overly critical of themselves and others. They may also struggle with flexibility, insisting too much on plans and schedules. For personal growth, learning to let go of control, embracing unpredictability, and being less critical of themselves and others can greatly enhance their satisfaction in life. Balancing their need for order with the acceptance of life's occasional disorder may lead to a more holistic growth. So might appreciating others even when they don't meet their high standards. Realizing perfection doesn't equal happiness, they can attain more peace and fulfillment. Jupiter in Virgo in the 8th house suggests a core personality that is analytical, practical, and disciplined. These individuals tend to be meticulous and detail-oriented, approaching life with a measured, practical outlook. They likely possess a knack for understanding complex systems and applying rational thinking to resolve challenges. In relationships, their practicality can manifest in a grounded, loyal demeanor. They tend to seek deep, meaningful connections and are likely to show their love through acts of service. However, they may struggle with expressing feelings and need to learn that love is not always about practical details but also about emotional connections. Career-wise, this placement favors sectors where analytical and detail-oriented skills are valued, such as finance, healthcare, or science. As Jupiter signifies expansion, and the 8th house is about shared resources, they may also find success in jobs involving wealth management or inheritance issues. Their strengths include a strong analytical mind, reliability, and practicality, leading them to be seen as trustworthy. Yet, their challenges often involve difficulty in emotional expression and a tendency for overanalysis, which can lead to stress and overthinking. Personal growth lesson for these individuals is to balance their analytical minds with heart-centered living. They need to learn to express emotions more freely and understand that not all aspects of life can be rationalized. This balance will owe a richer personal connections and more satisfaction in life. Jupiter in Virgo in the 9th house denotes a great emphasis on perfection, order, and analytical thinking. This person might be highly organized and detail-oriented, striving for excellence in everything they do. They may be drawn to systems that make sense and are efficient. In terms of relationships, they may be an excellent listener, offering insightful, practical advice. They may be slow to open up emotionally, valuing rationality over raw emotion, which can sometimes be perceived as coldness. Career-wise, the placement points towards professions that can harness their penchant for meticulousness. This could involve roles in analysis, medicine, science, audit, research, or teaching. Their thirst for knowledge may drive them to never stop learning, enhancing their professional competency. Strengths include an innate ability to organize, a logical mindset, and an honest, straightforward demeanor. People can rely on them for their precision and stable judgment. Challenges, however, may stem from their perfectionist tendencies. They may be overly critical of themselves and others, struggling when things do not follow the envisioned plan. This rigidness can cause stress and confine their potential. From a personal growth perspective, learning from experiences and embracing the unpredictable nature of life might be crucial. They should learn that perfection is not always achievable, and that's okay. Fostering flexibility, tolerance, and embracing emotion can enhance their relationships and personal happiness. This placement offers great potential for personal growth through self-awareness, mindful living, and understanding of others' perspectives. Having Jupiter in Virgo in the 10th house suggests a personality inclined towards meticulousness, discipline, and a heightened sense of responsibility. These individuals are likely to be hardworking, dedicated, and possess an analytical mind. They excel in situations that require careful attention to detail and problem-solving skills. In relationships, they are typically loyal, reliable, and may sometimes come across as critical due to their high standards. Their strong sense of right and wrong makes them take accountability seriously. They are likely to value stability and order in their interactions. Career-wise, these individuals often excel in professions that require precision and high levels of attention to detail. Careers in fields like science, research, health, public service, or administration might be good fits for them. Their perseverance and keen sense of duty can lead them to the top of their chosen field. Despite their strengths, their critical and perfectionist nature can pose challenges. Sometimes, they tend to be overcritical or hard on themselves or others, which could lead to stress or conflicts. They often set high standards which might not always be feasible. To promote personal growth, they need to learn to balance their analytical abilities with a more adaptable approach, accept that not everything can be perfect, and to be gentler in their self-evaluation and evaluations of others. They can learn to use their thoroughness as a strength rather than seeing it as a limitation. Embracing a more forgiving and flexible attitude will also contribute to their overall well-being. Jupiter in Virgo in the 11th house suggests a personality that is organized, analytical, and focused on service to others. This person likely enjoys intellectual discussions and has a strong sense of justice. They might be detail-oriented, preferring to understand parts before the whole. This could make them great problem solvers, but can also lead to worrying about minor issues. In relationships, this person is often seen as reliable, loyal, and wise. They offer practical solutions and enjoy helping loved ones optimize their lives. At times, they can be critical or overly concerned with perfection, which may strain their relationships. Career-wise, this individual can excel in careers requiring precision and practicality such as data analysis, auditing, or healthcare. They value teamwork and might be drawn to social causes, making them effective in community outreach or activism. Their work may often line up with their personal beliefs or be in service to a larger cause, which is beneficial from a job satisfaction standpoint. Strengths associated with this placement include analytical abilities, practicality, and a strong sense of duty. Challenges can be a tendency to worry, a need for perfection, or difficulty handling uncertainty. A significant personal growth lesson for this person is to learn to balance their analytical nature with an acceptance of life's uncertainties. They might need to develop ways to release their worry and embrace the imperfections inherent in life and people. An understanding that perfection doesn't always equate to success or happiness can lead to greater life satisfaction. The Jupiter in Virgo in the 12th house signifies a heightened urge for knowledge and understanding, seen in someone passionate about learning and exploring. These individuals may find joy in detail-oriented work and could be quite efficient and organized. Their altruism can guide them toward service-based work, perhaps in fields like healthcare, social services, or environmental sciences. Career-wise, they could thrive in roles where they can utilize their analytical abilities and dedication to service. Yet, it's possible they may struggle to recognize their own achievements, often feeling invisible or overlooked. They might also wrestle with perfectionism and self-criticism. In relationships, they're likely very supportive, offering practical help to their loved ones when needed. However, they might struggle with expressing their feelings or admit when they need help, often preferring to bear burdens alone. Typically, they may appear reserved or introverted, due to their deep inner life and daydreaming tendencies. They might have a rich imagination, and may be likely to tap into spiritual or mystical realms seeking solace and understanding. However, challenges can stem from a sense of isolation or feeling overwhelmed by the weight of the world's problems. This might lead to tendencies to escape reality, which can occasionally veer into unhealthy habits if not managed carefully. Their journey of personal growth may involve learning to step outside of their comfort zones, to openly express their needs and to celebrate their accomplishments. They'd also have to deal with their habit of overthinking and aiming for unreachable perfection. Essentially, this cosmic configuration shows someone deeply thoughtful, detail-oriented, service-minded but often too hard on themselves. It suggests a path of growth leading toward self-acceptance, emotional expression and recognition.